Say what's happening, what's happening, what's happening. This is your boy GKA, the prodigal son from that fine organization, Groove Our Groove Social Fellowship Incorporated. So, what's happening, TV? The question is tonight, do you think people appreciate education?
Yes, sir. I'm a brain surgeon.
Appreciate. Come on, that's the question of the hour. Let's go.
I think some people appreciate education and some people don't. I think when people are able to see people be successful from getting education, then they do respect it. But then when people see people get educated anyway and still end up struggling, then they don't respect it.
Greg, one more time.
So we were speaking earlier. I found out you was a doctor. So what made you go for being a doctor? Lord knows we know you appreciate education.
That would make me laugh.
Because I like science and helping people.
But my red flag is
Keep it plain and dry. So in your field, so in your field of being a doctor, I know you ran into some type of issues because you are a person of color. So what's the challenges of encountering those obstacles of being a black doctor?
I think more than patience, it's people that I work with who sometimes assume that I'm not as smart as I am. But then I just showed them that I am as smart as I am.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Get a microphone to that young man right there.
Yo. Is this thing on?
So, yes, it is, Playboy. Yes, it is. So,
Am I in the screen?
Everybody are.
I don't want to be in the screen.
Everybody are. So, here we go. So, I'm going to hit you with a question.
All right.
Same question. Do you think individuals appreciate education?
Yes and no. So I think that there is a recent backlash on education, but I don't think it's necessarily on people that are educated. I think it's on the education system itself. So like, for example, I was just watching a recent episode of Bill Maher, and one of the main topics on there was the fact that Bill Maher cited that it was I forgot what state it was, but they said that the state decided that they were going to make 92% of their jobs eligible for applications that don't require a college degree. And the reason for that is because a lot of jobs actually don't need a college degree, which I actually concur with. But there are jobs that do need a college degree, but I feel like a lot of jobs just put that shit on there just because they want to, boost or like make their job a higher profile. So I think education is appreciated. I just think that it's a pushback and kind of like the whole scam of it, and it is kind of a scam with the fees to go to college and to have a college degree. Sometimes it's not even really worth it, because a lot of times what people are finding out is that they come out of college and what they attained, they'll never acquire that amount of financial income to pay that back. So, yes. So to answer your question, I don't think that education is not appreciated. I just think that the education system, there's a pushback by the current generation about what is actually needed and what is actually required.
Okay. What do you do, if you don't mind me asking, sir?
I am a geotechnical engineer, which is a subsidiary of civil engineering.
Okay.
I do everything from the ground down.
Okay. What type of obstacles you run into as a black professional in that field?
Obstacles? One, there are no black geotechnical engineers. I am the only black geotechnical engineer that I know of. I mean, there are obviously there are others. So there are other minorities, I run into Indian or Middle Eastern, Asian, all of the type of cultures. I run into those type of geotechnical engineers all the time. But as far as like Black African American geotechnical engineers, they're few and far between. I've worked at probably 4. I've worked at 3 engineering firms and 1 construction company. And out of all of those experiences, I would say I've ran into 1 or maybe 2 other licensed professional Black engineers, besides myself, Black African American engineers. So that's kind of one of the barriers, is that it's not a lot of us there. The other barrier is that with that said, obviously the other half of the circle is predominantly white men that run that circle. And so whenever you go there, they're automatically looking at you as like, because I've personally never seen that many other Black engineers. So I know as a white male, they're probably like, wow, there's a Black guy here. Like how does he get here? So
Ain't that some shit?
I feel like, I mean, that's the old adage, is like, as a Black person, you have to work twice as hard as your white counterpart. And I feel like that's the truth. And I always feel like I'm always fighting to, not necessarily defend myself, but to make myself relevant in a space where like maybe the person that might be my white counterpart or might not even be as qualified as me doesn't have to work as hard.
Okay.
That's kind of the obstacles I deal with.
Okay. Pass it to the young lady.